Hey guys, it's Mike with Become the Night. Welcome back to another Song Suggestion Friday. Obviously, Ryan and Ben are not able to join me this weekend. Ryan had a little bit of a family emergency he had to attend to, and Ben, I just told him to fuck off. Nah, I'm just joking. Ben had other shit to do as well. Anyways, my continuing streak of being ridiculously tired continues, as a continuing streak would tend to do. In usual fashion, the rules go thusly. This is graded entirely upon my opinion, so don't get butthurt, or get butthurt and fucking leave. What do I care? If I like the song, I would actively seek it out again. I'd give it a plus sign. If I like a song or slightly dislike a song but wouldn't actively seek it out or actively avoid it, gets an equal sign. And if I really just want to get the hell away from this thing as fast as I possibly can, minus sign. If you want to suggest some songs for me and my buddies to listen to for Song Suggestion Friday, go ahead and leave a comment in that comment section. If you would like to vote on which songs that we do on Song Suggestion Friday, go on over to my Patreon. $5 or more pledge a month will get you access to that poll. I also want to apologize for getting this up late. I am stupidly tired. You guys have no idea. I've been... ugh. This is in light of just getting 10,000 subscribers on my channel. Can't tell you guys how stoked I am. I will be making a milestone video for this, which I think you'll enjoy. Anyway, let's get right into it. Road of Resistance by Baby Metal. This is essentially Dragon Force with little Japanese girls as singers. Same kind of guitar work, the drums are maybe a little bit heavier, and the vocals are also useless to me. The Japanese are geniuses at creating powerful music that a lot of people can grasp onto. Their stuff is extremely overproduced and really good, I gotta say. They're just so in your face and accepting of how overproduced that they are that you just be like, okay, yeah, you did a great job. Baby Metal is essentially the metalized version of J-pop. If you like Dragon Force, you'll like this song. Total grade for this song, plus sign. Throes of Perdition by Trivium. This song has an awesome intro. The chords and the vocals in the verse kind of reminded me a little bit of Spock's beard on a perfect day. Got some baller growling vocals. I'm not a huge fan of growls, but man, when they're done right like this, it's killer. Singing is okay. The chorus really didn't do too much for me. That guy really loves his double kick drum. Holy cow. And it was a very good solo, though I will say I have heard tastier. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Sludge Factory by Alice in Chains. Welp, it's grunge. It's a little heavier than most grunge. I definitely feel a little bit of a Black Sabbath influence on this one. And the singer always came across as just like a really weird voice to me. I don't know, like the song, It Come to Snuff to Rooster, and I feel like he is the rooster. He just sounds like a rooster to me for some reason. There are some cool guitar harmonies in this song. I mean, it's basically Alice in Chains, but like by the name Sludgy. The ending was really weird, really was not a fan of it. It was just kind of all over the place, making weird noises for the sake of making weird noises. I'm not a fan of that kind of thing. Total grade for this song, equal sign. Never Again by Nickleback. The most hated hard rock group ever. Only to be in competition with Creed. I really don't care for this song at all. This is the beginning of when people started to realize that Nickelback was a one-trick pony. And the subject matter of this song really panders the way that country music does in a similar vein. It's kind of annoying and slightly gross. The rhythm of the singing is garbage. I mean, just... Nickelback sucks. You know, what else is there to say about Nickelback? The song itself isn't terrible, but in context of what Nickelback is, really degrades the song significantly. Total grade for this song, minus sign. Black by Pearl Jam. This is good, classic, I guess technically grunge. The thing that was really interesting to me is this time I actually sat down and focused on listening to it. I never realized there was like a 90s synth in the background. That was super cool. There's a nice big room in the mix, made it kind of atmospheric. I kind of dug that. Pearl Jam's singer, for some reason, always reminded me of a goat. His vibrato is really weird. But I will say, the melody to this chorus is infectious as hell, and would later be ripped off by Fuel on their Natural Selection album. Total grade for this song, plus sign. The Message by Grandmaster Flash. It's fun 80s hip-hop. I mean, it's okay. It's hard to take these guys and guys like Slick Rick seriously because their flow is just so like, ugh. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It just, I didn't seem like they really knew what they were talking about. Seemed too upbeat and joyful for something so terrible, which was the street life. It's just not as hard when compared to like 90s gangster rap. And the song really did not need to be 7 minutes long. I mean, I get it, they're trying to tell this whole story of life in the streets like every other hip-hop song. But it honestly just got old after 5 minutes. I mean, it got old before 5 minutes. That was the point where I was like, okay, I'm skipping this song. Senbonzakura by Wagakki Band. This is basically the Japanese version of Flogging Molly. It's hard rock fused with like a traditional Japanese folk music, if that makes any sense. Looks like there's a shit ton of band members, and looks like all of the girls in that band are sexy as hell. Music is cool. I would have never thought of that fusion as going together, and they did it really well. They're great musicians, and if they came through my town, I would definitely go see them. Although, I will say, I probably won't go out of my way to listen to their music again. It was really, really interesting and pleasant to listen to, just like, more of a novelty type thing. Total grade for this song, =. Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. I'm not really a Beastie Boys fan, honestly. I understand their appeal, it's just really not my thing. I don't think it's really my sound palette. The music's just a little too simple for me. Not to mention they do a lot of like weird noises for the sake of doing weird noises. And like to a certain extent I can appreciate that kind of thing, but I don't know, just in context when it's not backed up with more substance, it's just kind of like a bunch of kids fucking around with some instruments. Although on a positive side, it does kind of remind me of Rage Against the Machine. That's a good thing. There's really not much for me to say about this one. I mean, it's the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys have a sound, and that's pretty much it. It's just like pound straight ahead, 2 and 4 type shit. Not terrible, just not my thing. Total grade for this song, =. Qwerty by Mushroomhead. I definitely did not expect that intro. Kind of has this weird, demented circus vibe going on throughout the song, which is pretty cool. Has a very interesting arrangement of how they chose what sounds and when to play them, not to mention how they divided everything up rhythmically, but the overall production and how it was recorded and mixed, really not a fan. I gotta say, if there is a major downfall for me really liking Mushroomhead a lot, it's gonna be their production value. And the clean vocals going, "I've had a bad day," or some weird, just the way that they say it, the way that they sing it, really don't like it. I mean, I'm assuming it was intentional. If it's not, like, dude, just put a compressor on the damn vocal and just slam it, just so I can get an even amount of volume throughout the entire, like, come on. And if they were doing it intentionally, fine, still don't get it, still think it sounds like crap, sorry. I do really like the rhythm of the growl vocal, and I really did enjoy like the yell chants parts, like go, I don't know, it says something to the effect of like go fuck off or some shit. It was actually pretty cool. Total grade for this song, =. 21st Century Schizoid Man by King Crimson. This is just classic prog, man. I mean, it has weird theming and weird sound palette going on, but also weirdly works, especially in the context of the time that this song was written and recorded. It's a great fusion of jazz and hard rock. King Crimson are one of the kings of prog rock. It's in the similar vein of like a Frank Zappa type of thing. I definitely recommend you check it out. Just my one complaint. The ending is so obnoxious. It's like, ugh. They did all these really cool things. We're having the slow build, the and then kind of speed it up a little bit, and then go into the more jazz fusion part, and it's getting kind of like, okay, I can jive to this, I can groove. And then going back to that big build up, the 21st Century Schizoid Man. And then to end it with all the obnoxious noises, it's like, come on, man. It might actually work in the context of this song, but still not necessarily a fan of it. Total grade for this song, +. Now for my suggestions. As I mentioned earlier, On a Perfect Day by Spock's Beard. SPOCKS Beard is a fantastic prog band. Neil Morse, amazing. Mike Portnoy was in that for a little bit, also amazing. On a Perfect Day is just a wonderful prog rock song. It's not overly technical on the instrumentation, but the way that it's arranged and produced is gorgeous. And I mean, yes, it is a Christian rock song technically. Even if you don't believe in any of it, if you just understand it from the perspective of the artist and then apply that to what he's trying to convey, I mean, the messaging in the music and in the lyrics is fantastic. Really, honestly, well done. Riders in the Sky, as covered by Vilray. I've talked about Vilray on one of my other videos on my top 10 cover songs. Vilray is a fantastic artist. He has a YouTube channel that has about 2.6 thousand subscribers. I'm sitting here at 10,000. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with YouTube? The guy is an amazingly talented, beautiful singer, great whistler, great guitar player. His emotion and his heart into it is so good. In tackling this classic Western song, he did an amazing job. He even has one of those old, like, classic 1950s microphones still. There's, like, rust on it and shit, and he doesn't have a proper mic stand for it, so he has to hang it by a string. Like, it's authentic as hell, man. Even if you don't like that kind of music, at least go and check that out on his YouTube channel, because that's how you can appreciate it, what goes into it. It's just him, his guitar, his voice, and he does it all in one take. That's talent. And last, 3 Lives by Octavision. Not sure how many of you are familiar with Victor Wooten, but Victor Wooten is one of the greatest bass players to have ever lived. He decided to dip his toes finally into prog metal, and man, is this track fucking awesome. It's crazy heavy at certain parts, it's really artistic at other parts, and has some instruments that are worked into it that you would never expect to be in a prog metal album. And honestly, I listened to it once and I fell in love. I absolutely love this song. It's wonderful. Go check it out. All right, guys, that's it for Song Suggestion Friday. As always, let me know your suggestions in the comments below. If you want to vote for the songs of Song Suggestion Friday, head on over to my Patreon. Bare minimum $5 pledge a month or more. You can do more if you're feeling generous, maybe want some other perks. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!